Scott, every week you're better, but your execution could use a bit more finesse.
Mm. Can we just be friends? Wrong thing.
Holy Lord, do we have an episode here, folks, when it comes to the DC Fan-imated and
I
Batman
wonder what
Beyond?
this episode's about.
I know.
I don't know.
That's the first thing is like when coming up with the title of this episode of Batman Beyond, like they just kind of went, we can't think of anything that's like, one word or two words. Let's just say what it actually is. Terry friend dates a robot.
I think this is legitimately the longest title of Batman Beyond.
Probably. I would not be surprised about that. I mean, I just like when I saw the title of this episode, which was last week when I was all confused and whatever the hell, I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember us talking about this title because this title sticks out. Like,
yeah, this title sticks
Yeah.
out. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely, I mean, that's what this episode's about. And I don't remember.
I'm gonna spoil it. This is a fun episode. I really enjoyed this episode.
You enjoyed this?
Yes.
I don't know. I was like, this episode's kind of cheesy and dumb.
I know. I like it though.
Okay, so you're liking the cheesy and dumb part of it.
It actually works.
It worked for you. Okay. This is gonna be an interesting conversation because I'm sitting there going, "What? This episode's stupid." Like, what are we doing here?
We've had bad episodes. No, this
Yes.
I'm going to defend the honor of this episode. So and I've got some
You're
great
gonna
notes.
defend Cynthia, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. Judgy much.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start this off
Okay.
because last week I teased the listeners that there was a milestone about this episode.
Ooh. Yeah.
Remember that? And
Yeah.
you were all okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Now I'll be curious as we watch next week to see if it falls in with air date order, but production order wise, this was the very last episode of Batman Beyond, and thus the very last episode of the DC animated universe that was hand painted cell animation.
Whoa. Interesting.
After this episode, they went to digital coloring.
Oh, wow.
And you can tell, like, when you start watching the episodes that had digital painting, it is going to it's gonna pop. Like it's gonna stand out to you that these are no longer hand painted cells.
Shiny new paint job kind of thing. Like it's gonna be nice and crisp and
very, very bright.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Terry's friend dates a robot. Now I'll be curious when we watch the following episodes. I'll be curious to see when you start seeing it. Because like I said, production-wise, Terry's friend dates a robot was the last episode produced to have hand-painted cell animation.
Wow. There you go, guys. This is what this podcast / stream / whatever the hell you want to call it is all about, because we learn things like this. And that's because what would have been interesting though if you would have saved that for next week and you did you notice something different?
But see, I couldn't do that because I don't know if
the production,
right? Because with Batman the Animated Series, we made the difference between air date order and production order is actually quite significant. Like the episodes that you watch, like it actually affects like the continuity of the series if you don't, in my opinion, watch the episodes in production order, which is why we watched it that way. When we started off with Batman the Fan-imated stream, we said screw air date, we're going production order.
Yeah.
But after that, no other series had that distinction. Everything went by air date order. So I'll be curious to see if next week's episode, do we see the digital painting, or was the production / air date order different so that we still have an episode of 2 of hand painted animation before it gets to, I think by 2 episodes in, based on the thumbnails I was looking at, I think at least within 2 episodes, it's definitely one of those digitally painted episodes. So
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. Next week we're still watching Batman Beyond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still watching Batman Beyond for how many more weeks?
2 more
2
weeks.
more weeks, yeah, because we do jump back to Metropolis eventually.
Yeah, for the 2-part series finale.
Oh, that's gonna be jarring. It's gonna be
It
like,
is
what
going to
the
be
hell?
jarring. It's going to
Yeah,
be like, what's happening in this
yeah. I was
show?
like, when was the last time we talked about Superman here? Good Lord. I mean, we've been talking a lot of Batman Beyond. We've had like a week off. We've had Ernie Altbacker, which hopefully you guys are backing up his Area 51.
It's been
Uh,
funded.
it's already been funded. Yes, that's right. So good on Ernie. I love it because he loves to come on here and talk to us on the Vox stream, and he's always a great hang. And then I saw him popping up on other podcasts and streams and everything. So I mean, that's the way to do it, man. If you're just like, obviously he's got a little clout behind him when it comes to previous works he's done, but the fact that he's getting into a space where he's making original work and trying to get, he doesn't have to go to somebody to try to get it funded. He's letting the fans fund it, and it's working what he's doing. So, yes, congratulations to Ernie, because I cannot wait. I really enjoyed that first issue.
That first issue was fun.
It was great. I did not. I mean, he did a good job talking to us, not spoiling a lot of things.
We no idea where that was going, and
so he did a
had the
very good
week
job
off.
of selling it.
Yeah. So we've gone at least 15 weeks without talking about Superman.
Yeah.
So,
that's that's 3.5 months.
Yeah.
Over almost 4 months. Jesus Christ!
It's been that long since we've talked Superman.
That is insane, but we're still talking Batman, and this episode does start off pretty interesting, and I actually really like how this episode starts off.
I remembered, like, as it was kind of doing, it was doing that. What do they call it? It's the something dolly shot. It's the one where
when the background's getting bigger and no,
right, because you're dollying back,
you're pulling back,
zooming in.
Yeah, you're zooming in. Yes, yeah. So it creates that effect where the person in the frame is kind of staying standard, but the background seems to be getting giant.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of dolly. I think it's actually they're pulling back as they're zooming in.
Right.
At the same time, so they're keeping the
foreground.
Yes, they're keeping the person in the frame perfectly, and then as it's pulling back, it's creating this illusion that the background is getting bigger. I love that shot. I love that little dolly shot.
A movie that does it really well, and is when the first. Clearly we've seen it with like Spielberg did it with Jaws. I mean, that's one of the more iconic ones. But I remember one of the first times I really noticed it was in Road to Perdition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a shot I think with Jude Law's character where
it has that,
and it does that, and I think that was the first time that I saw that in at least that I clocked it. I was like, "Ooh, that's a cool, that's a cool little shot." Yeah,
I think I'm trying to remember the first time. It might have been Jaws for me, because when you get that shot of Rob, what's his
Schneider.
Schneider, yeah, that's right. I was like, almost said Schreiber. I was like, that's not right. Schneider. You see that shot of him when it's like
he's sitting on the beach. Yeah.
Yes, pivotal moment when the shark, and I mean, have you watched that doc yet on Hulu?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah,
no.
I think they talk about that shot. They wanted, and Spielberg talks about how he wanted that shot and how many takes it took too. Obviously, achieving a shot and try to nail it perfectly like that, you're never going to get it in one shot. And,
because you got to figure out the speed to back up, while also the speed to zoom in to get that ratio just right.
Yeah, and you can also reverse it too to even make the background go smaller. I've seen that done in movies too, where they do the reverse kind of where it's being pushed forward and they're zooming out to keep the person in the shot. So that is cinematography 101 here on the DC Fan-imated stream here, folks. That's right. That's a good tangent though, because
that is a very good tangent, because I remembered before we revealed anything, just with that shot of Terry with Bruce kind of doing a voiceover, I was like, oh yeah, he's doing a training sequence with,
The Riddler, Two-Face,
with Two-Face and Killer
Rogues
Croc.
Gallery.
I
Yeah.
didn't remember exactly who in the Rogues Gallery, but I remembered as the shot was like, oh yeah, this starts off with him fighting, Batman's rogues,
Yeah.
and it was, I was sitting there going, holodeck question mark? Because that's kind of an
Yeah.
old school Trekkie. I was like, yeah, this is
Holodeck.
the
Yeah.
holodeck
I
question
think
mark.
anybody who's watched Star Trek, Next Generation, yeah, you're definitely gonna like think that about the holodeck. And yeah, it's a cool sequence because it's Terry like taking on them. Yeah, first it's the Riddler, and Riddler's like throwing his little question mark rings. And then you got Two-Face firing at him, and then of course Killer Croc shows up, and then Terry just knocks the head off of him. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's a robot head. There it is. And sure enough, and that's where you get the line that I said at the beginning, but about him, his training and stuff like that. And he said, like, it's better, but your execution could use a little bit more finesse, being sarcastic, of course.
I like Terry goes, everybody gets the job done.
Pretty much. But then cut to, well, we got the next day at school, and this is where we meet Howard.
Yes.
And man, do they just go full on, hey, we're going to make this guy dorky, short, chunky, big teeth.
you know who it's modeled after?
What, Bruce Timm?
Paul Dini.
Paul Dini. That was the wrong one. I was like, it's one of them, right? It's got to be one of them. Yeah,
it's because Paul Dini wrote the story.
I saw that in the opening credits where it said Paul Dini story by. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's
yeah, but they modeled Howard after a young Paul Dini.
Yeah, of course they did. Oh man, and of course he's wearing like the most ridiculous futuristic clothes too.
I mean, seriously, with the muffin top, and it's
oh yeah, they really emphasize that. Yeah, he's portly and short and stubbly, but
with big old glasses.
Big glasses. Yeah, you could tell he's a rich kid. And yeah, so of course, naturally, he's going around. He first talks to Nelson and the jocks, why would you do that? To talk about this party that he wants to throw because his parents are out of town. And then, of course, we get Blade, we get Chelsea talking to them. And then, of course, they want nothing to do with him because, it's Howard.
Yeah. I love Dana watching him like talking to Chelsea and Blade going, social meltdown.
Yeah.
and Terry going,
just don't look at it. Just don't watch. Just don't watch. Yeah. But then they're nice enough to be like, yeah, we'll be there. Don't worry.
Yeah. And Max. It's like,
Max is like that too. So they're
quality
being
over. I like Terry's comment, quality over quantity.
Yeah, that was a good line. Because, at least you got the obviously the stuck up, popular jockey type stupid kids.
Well, because you had Nash and all of them.
Yeah. So it's like, you don't want to invite them. You want to invite like these people, but of course he wants social status naturally. What were we gonna say?
Yeah. Well,
Who's the voices?
That's what I was getting to.
I could not recognize voices. Nothing hit me where I was going.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me it's Michael Rosenbaum, right?
No, I'm not gonna tell you it's Michael Rosenbaum.
Fucking Howard is Michael Rosenbaum, right?
No, but okay. So I didn't recognize the voice either, but it's gonna blow your mind who Howard is.
I hope so.
It's Max Brooks.
Max Brooks. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look that up because that's not ringing a bell right now. Hold on. And I know once I freaking look it up, right, I'm gonna be, oh fucking A, yeah. Of course, yeah, I've seen this guy. He's what was he in?
Max Do you know Brooks. Who he is?
He's a guy who did fucking World War Z.
He's Mel Brooks's son.
Well, I figured Brooks, it was gonna be, but I haven't seen him really in anything. But he looks familiar.
Yeah, but
what else has he been in?
He's done voice work. Like
that's all he's done.
Oh, I think he's done some other things too, but he's mainly voice work. But yeah, he's Mel Brooks' son. He was a voice. He did lots of voice work, and yeah, he wrote the Survival Guide to Zombies.
Yeah,
He wrote the Zombie Survival Guide, and he wrote World War Z. Yeah,
that's crazy. Wow. So yeah, I would have not have. Yeah, I mean, I thought he looks like. Well, I mean, I guess like when you really do look at him, you could see his dad a little bit in there.
you see it. I think you also see his mom.
Yeah, more his mom. But there's one shot that I'm looking on Google that definitely looks like his dad. Just the way that his dad like would look down like how he would. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Cool. I didn't know he did a bunch of voice work. I had no idea. I mean, I knew Mel Brooks had a son because I think he did something with him a little while back. Can't remember, but
Well, I remember discovering like when World War Z
yeah,
came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was when I was like Max Brooks. I was like, oh,
that's
it's Mel
Mel
Brooks'
Brooks.
son.
That's crazy. So he is doing the voice, and he's probably done a lot of voice work, I imagine.
Yeah, and he will continue. This will not be the last time. Well, one, it's not the last time we'll see Howard. Howard becomes, if you don't remember, Howard becomes a reoccurring character,
There you go.
and he also shows up in other series as well. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, I was like, I didn't recognize the voice at all. But in the credits, I saw Max Brooks, and I was like, is this the Max Brooks? And I looked at him, I was like, yeah, it is. It actually is.
The Maximilian Michael Brooks. Sorry, I'm just reading his full name right here. Maximilian, man, that's awesome. But yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. Yeah, I guess when we get to some of the other voices, I don't think
you've only got really the only other. I mean, the rest of it is all of our. There's a couple more voices to talk about. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there when we get to them. We'll get there.
Yeah, because there's a shady fucking dude, and then there
is a shady fucking dude.
Yeah, and then there's of course Cynthia, and yeah, so we get that, and then of course as we're looking on, and then of course we got Terry, and he starts walking with Terry, and he starts doing that thing where he's trying to, he talks about the party and wanting to have social status and all that kind of stuff,
popularity and all
that.
Kind of
you know how it is, the cliche things of
cliche, but so true. Let's be honest. I mean,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I think what's so funny about this episode for me that I enjoy is the commentary about people, teenagers.
Social status.
It's like, I need that one party. I need the cool girlfriend that will make people notice me.
Isn't that weird though, how that is? Like,
it sounds so stupid, but yet but it happens. Like, it's,
yeah, I mean, and so, and when it comes to like the male and female different like social statuses, like it doesn't matter what the dude looks like, but if he's got the hot girl on his side, his social status rises.
It looked right,
and then if he's like got the the money or the hey, look at the party that he threw and it was legendary, then it's like her social status also goes up too, because he's like the new king or something. I don't know. It's always been a trope that's been through like sitcoms and movies and all the 80s movies, especially
80s movies. Yeah.
That's all about
this episode. You know what it is? This episode feels like a John Hughes movie.
Okay. See, this is why I like talking to you when I'm going, this episode's stupid. And then all of a sudden I start going, okay, you're selling it to me, Scott. You're a good
Think about it. This is basically the Batman Beyond version of Weird Science.
It really, see, you just gave me some goosebumps here. I'm going, wow, this is John Hughes Batman Beyond right here.
Yes.
Yeah. Even with the music and shit. The music is a little wonky and weird, but it works because it almost feels 80s.
Yes.
Okay, see, this is what I like. This is what I like, because I was about to just be like this. I'm gonna tear this episode a new asshole. I don't know if I like this one, but see, this is why we have these discussions, because I'm actually going, okay, you got me here. I didn't think about it, looking at it in the terms of 16 candles or something like that.
Pretty in Pink, you know.
What are those? Whatever, whichever one you want to choose. But okay. See, now I'm seeing it in a different light. So here we go. I like it. And then obviously Terry is got to run an errand as he's gonna like take
in the
Howard
limo
home.
that looks like the Batmobile upside down. I always love it when that limo shows up.
And then I'm like going, does the school just allow you to park it randomly, like right there? I mean, this fucking thing is huge, and you just park it over here, and it's just like chirp chirp. I'm like, man. I mean, talk about social status. I mean Terry
it's fucking Bruce Wayne's car.
I mean, yeah. I mean, good Lord. And, you know, even Howard's like, ooh, the boss's car. And then, before he has to take him home, he's got to run like a little errand. And that little errand is to like a little factory that, you know, makes robots, which of course we saw in the little opening simulation. So,
right.
Yeah.
It's funny though. Okay. No, this is, you wouldn't know this watching the episode now, like in real time. But since we're going to eventually get to the introduction later on of the character of Zeta, it's cool because the robots here look the way Zeta looks when he shows it. So there's some continuity in the synthoid design.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm going. So I'm just telling you, bookmark this in your brain.
Plant a little seed right here.
Plant a little seed. So when we get to when Zeta shows up, I want you to kind of notice how there is synthoid continuity in the way that their skeletons look. Like I'm putting that out there.
Okay, makes sense. So, you know, obviously we got Terry that's trying to get more robots for Bruce, because naturally Terry is destroying them in the simulation. So there's that little joke about that. And we're just like, old people, So, and then, of course, this is where Howard is kind of, roaming around. And then he sees this one dude. I forgot what his name was.
Louis was his name.
Of course, it's Louis. He looks shady as all hell. He's got the mustache.
Okay. Why does Louis look like Steve Buscemi?
He does. He does. He totally does. Yes.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Yes, pretty much. He does look like Steve Buscemi, and he's kind of got a little bit of an accent, kind of.
A little bit, yeah. Okay. We've heard this voice before.
Okay.
His name is Matt Landers.
Matt Landers.
Yeah. Okay. Just a voice actor kind of guy.
Okay. So yeah.
But he played a recurring character in Batman the Animated Series.
Did he really?
Yeah. He was Frankie. He was one of Rupert Thorne's goons.
Oh, yeah.
He was the guy with the orange hair, flat top.
Yeah.
He showed up in Two-Face, and he showed up in Second Chance. So he always showed up in the Two-Face episodes with Rupert Thorne.
Fun fact, when I typed in Matt Landers, I got he's an American professional football wide receiver who played college football for Georgia Bulldogs and the Toledo Rockets and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Anyways, I was like, what the hell? Yeah. There's a football player named Matt Landers.
I know the name. Like when you said Georgia Bulldog, I was like, yeah,
I've
heard that.
Football, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, not only is it college football, you're specifically talking about the SEC. So it's like,
yeah, and he's been on the Seahawks and the Patriots. So he's kind of bounced around, hasn't in the Titans. So he's kind of bounced around. But that was funny. I typed in Matt Landers, and I'm like that's not the guy. That's definitely not the guy. Okay. So, but yeah, of course, you hear him like talking to somebody and basically going, yeah, what do you want? Yeah. You want her to be blonde? You want to, kind of like that underground, like, oh, he's selling like little robots. I mean, I don't know how, but apparently somehow he's creating fembots to sell to lonely dudes.
Yep. People who can pay, but they're made to order,
It's kind of creepy because how close we're getting to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to have a whole tangent discussion about that. Because once again, we're having these episodes in that great science fiction tradition. Yep. I'm going to bring it up. And I feel like it's become up a lot in the second season. Like there is so much crap in the second season. They were like, this was 1999. And yet here we are in 2025, and it's like, dude, we're basically here. I
Yeah.
mean, you can do porn. You basically do OnlyFans models that are purely AI generated. They're creating sex chat bots with
Chat GPT
Chat
and all that stuff.
GBT, and all you need to do is put it into a
Well,
sex robot,
that's
and
yeah. If you once I mean, obviously the first wave of them are going to be very, but it's only going to get to a point where, I mean, it's getting freaky, folks. But I think we had this discussion last week. I was like looking to get something to be like a noise machine / alarm clock set, so I got one of those Echo Spots. And it's kind of funny because when I first got it, it's an Alexa thing. And I went, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have Alexa. It's always going to be listening, but my phone's always listening. So who gives a shit? It's like, whatever. Yeah. And then at first it was like, hi, I'm Alexa, blah, 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 doing all the stuff, sounding very much like that. But then all of a sudden it's like, did you want to upgrade it to Alexa Plus? And
I
then
was
all of a
telling
sudden,
you about that. Didn't I
yeah,
tell you about that?
yeah. And then all of a sudden it just sounds like a normal girl talking. And it's like, all right, this is fucking weird, because now it's just like, oh yeah, great. How's it going, David? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking weird.
My wife, Heather, does not like the Alexa Plus voice because she says it sounds like a mean girl.
Yes. She kind of sounds like she's like, oh yeah, what do you want? And then it's like, yeah, if you double cross her though, she's gonna be like, yeah. Yeah, I know. It was so weird how, because when I was setting it up and like the first night, it asked me if I wanted to do Alexa Plus, and I was like, it's the first night, it's whatever. I just want to turn on the little sound machine and let me drift off. And then it finally did it, and then it was just so weird how the voice went from "Hi, I'm Alexa" to "Hi, I'm Alexa." And I'm like, Jesus Christ! And then the conversations was just like, yeah, it's like talking to just like a normal person. Like,
yeah. I remember when I upgraded to Alexa Plus, and I was just like, I warned you about this. This is what Dave and I talk about after the show. And
then I got Chat GPT finally a few weeks ago, and I chose like the Australian voice, and that's also been kind of fun too, because I'll just have conversations with that when I'm talking about like asking about certain things, and he's just like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's just like that's the way he talks. It's like it sounds like it's creepy how much you literally hear like pauses and breaths. Like they're taking a breath or something. And it's just like, Jesus. Used to
now
just be
just
like,
put that into a body, and
yes,
and then
you have Cynthia. Which is kind of funny, how he comes up with Cynthia. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, obviously, Howard hears, what was his name again? Louis. Talking about that. And then, he explains to him like, oh, wait, you can have one of these, and yeah, if you have the money. And of course he pulls out a credit card, which we find out that obviously it's his parents, and
and
then
parents. I mean,
and then he designs one to look like Poison Ivy.
She does kind of okay.
Yeah, red hair, green eyes.
The body shape was a little. Okay. So he said 5'7", red hair, green eyes. Interesting though, and I'm curious whether you think about this. She was, and I know this is weird, but once again, animation, I pay attention to these things. She was drawn in a way that she seemed like she was very toned.
Did
you
I got that too. Like she was a fitness model, like almost.
Yeah. Like someone who goes jogging in the parking lot.
Yes. Who's doing Pilates every day and fucking yoga and all this stuff. Yeah. Very much designed like that. But the initial thing was like red hair and the green eyes. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, and I think maybe that was a design choice because we saw other Rogues Gallery guys. So maybe they were like, oh yeah, just make her kind of look like Poison Ivy. Just at least the hair and the eyes, at least. Obviously, the skin wasn't pale like she was when she was drawn in the third season.
Yeah, exactly. The redesign.
Yeah, the redesign where they made her more pale, but so he gets his girl, and then of course it just cuts to like the next day where she's walking down the hall. I mean, again, now that I'm looking at the lens of like, this is a John Hughes fucking episode, I'm going, this all makes sense, because it just cuts to like she's just walking down the hall, and of course, what's his name? Nash. Nelson. Sorry,
That was Nelson. Yeah, I screwed up early and called him Nash.
Yeah,
It's Nelson.
yeah. I was like, wait. I was like, oh yeah.
No, it's Nelson.
Which
Yeah,
of course is Seth Green, who
yes.
is voicing the character. Naturally, he's already just like horned up. He's already half chubbed when he's like seeing her and tries to hit on her, and then she's just obviously what was said before we cut to this transition to the scene is the fact
very
that
devoted to me, 100% loyal.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
As soon as he said that, I was like, and that is where you fucked up, buddy.
Yeah. Have you seen Companion yet?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, that's right. You did see it in theaters. Yeah. I mean, it's I guess I didn't think about that, but yeah, it's kind of, a little bit how that is. Although that movie, I really enjoyed that movie. I really liked that movie.
I had mixed reactions to that movie. I think my problem with this, tangent just to my movie review. I figured out way too many.
Yeah, it was kind of easy to figure out where it was going.
Easy to figure out, and that was a demerit in my book. It's like you think you're being clever and pulling something on me, but then I'm like 2 steps ahead of you, and I'm just like, no. I think
if you were to go into that movie super fresh, you'd probably enjoy it a little bit more. But I think the trailers that was already giving it away a lot, some things like too much away. Cause like, yeah, when you're like sitting there going, oh, we haven't seen this in the trailer yet. We haven't seen that. Oh, how much you want to bet this part is about that? Yeah. I think some of the trailers even, but again, who knows? I really enjoyed it though. For the most part, I was like, I really did enjoy that movie, but this has a little bit of that, but of course, again, that was a little bit more accurate because I'm like going, Jesus Christ, what's going to happen in the next 10 years when it comes to this stuff? Oh man, watch my Alexa is going to start flirting with me tonight when I'm laying in bed. David, so how was your day? I'm like, hey, well, what? Stop it, stop it. No, luckily it doesn't do that yet. I'm like, just play some crickets right now so I can go to sleep.
Anything for you, David.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what's going to happen. See, don't put it's listening right now, Scott. You realize that.
Oh no. Right, the back at Squadcast, we literally had an entire blooper reel episode on our Patreon of when my Alexa device started like going haywire and doing like interrupted Tim and me recording an episode because it heard something and just went off. And wow. I was like, it was somewhere in Patreon, and it became like we started making Terminator jokes because I was like, the Alexa is going nuts. Because it was back when I used to record upstairs, and I was like 2 doors away from the kitchen, and that's where our Alexa device is. Yeah, one of our Alexa devices is in the kitchen, and I just remember it going off, and I was just going, "What the hell? Why is Alexa talking right now?"
Jesus Christ! It's nice, but it's also like scary,
It is. It's I am both frightened and aroused.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it kind of is. So obviously, she's devoted to Howard, and then of course,
I love how Howard gets like the strutting down the hallway shot.
Does all that, and then of course everybody's looking upon them like, what? But then immediately, because it's 22, 23 minutes long, we have to immediately show the craziness that is Cynthia, which I love it how Howard was like, at first like, we're like, what's her name? And he's like, Cynthia.
I thought that was fun.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Because he was going to say synthoid.
Yeah. Synthoid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then he went Cynthia.
Yeah. No, so that was good.
Okay. So Cynthia.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is she?
Okay. I didn't know her.
Okay.
But yet, for the period of time in which the episode was coming out, it's kind of a cool piece of trivia. Cynthia is voiced by Shuri Appleby.
Shuri Appleby? That's quite a name.
It is quite a name.
And it's not Apple with 2 B's at the end. It almost looks like Appleby.
Right. It looks like Appleby. Yeah. Maybe it is Appleby. I don't know.
Could be.
Could be. Do you remember the TV show Roswell?
Yes, that's the girl, huh?
Yeah, that's the girl.
Yeah. I always like, because I'm seeing like a current image of her. And obviously she's older, but she doesn't look like she's like, ancient or anything like that. She's 46 now, but I was going, why do I recognize that face? I didn't get too into Roswell. I remember watching like the first season or so. But yeah, she was the girl in
She was the lead. Yeah.
She was the lead. She was the lead in that, which, for anybody who doesn't know what Roswell is, that was Twilight with aliens.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Essentially Twilight with aliens, which I'd rather watch that than Twilight. That's fuck the vampire shit. Yeah, that is her. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I recognize those eyes. It's the eyes.
Yeah. So the first season would have been airing when this episode came out.
Yeah. Yeah. This was like right around that same time. That's cool. So there you go. So yeah. And then of course, with Nelson going like, he doesn't deserve a girl like that, I'm going to put him in his place. So after practice, while he's wearing his pads and his uniform and everything, he's in the locker room. He's looking for Howard, and his locker is open, which is never a good sign.
No.
You know how it is when you're in, especially with the music and everything, and nobody else is around. You're going, wow, his locker is, and then of course he's looking for him. And then what happens? Well, Cynthia decides to push over the lockers to do a domino effect to crush Nelson. But good thing he was wearing his gear because it helped save him, essentially.
By the way, I thought it was interesting because I remember when we saw that sport in the first episode. Yeah. Right. And then it comes up again in the slapper in the slappers episode.
Yeah.
We were kind of having fun. It's interesting that Max says he was wearing his hockey pads.
That's very, very true. Yeah.
So what this game is the future version of hockey.
Yeah. So now we figured that out. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because she does say hockey pads. Interesting. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Oh, sorry. That was the first thing when you said hockey pads. I was like, oh, yeah. I was remembering that line in Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, which a lot of people like to make fun of because, Bale is really doing the voice on there, which I don't mind.
It's such a funny line. Like,
yeah, I'm not wearing hockey pads because, those guys were wearing hockey pads.
They were. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such an awesome scene, too. So, anyways, so they're talking about that the next day. And naturally, Terry's going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? This doesn't seem right. Some things are in. So he's going into the locker room, and Max is just like, fuck it. I'm going to join you. And she just joins, and he's like, what the hell? You're in the freaking boys' locker room. And he's like, yeah, I could smell the mildew. I'm like,
what do you mean? You're not wrong, Max. I'm
sure it smells pretty bad in there. I mean, let's face it, dudes, we stink.
We stink. Yeah.
We stink. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
Trust me, after picking up my 12-year-old from football practice, dude, opened every window in the car. Like I could not take it. I'd get home and be like, take a shower right now. You stink so bad.
Oh man, that's right. You got a young one who's playing football and going through puberty. That's a bad combination.
And taller than me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a big boy. That's right.
He's practically 6 feet and he's 12 years old.
Yeah. He's a big boy, man. Geez. So yeah, naturally he's going to stink. How old is he now? 13? 14? 12. He's not even in the teens yet. Oh shit.
I know.
Right. Oh man. Jeez. Yeah, so much to look forward to. Oh,
you better believe it. So I thought that was funny with Matt.
Got 2 more coming up behind him.
I know, right? God, I'm so screwed.
Yes.
So it was fun with Max, and then Terry pulls out a funny looking device that he just happens to carry around in his backpack.
Of course.
And apparently all it does is scan for fingerprints. Let seem to be the only thing that did.
Fingerprint scanner thing, whatever, because there was handprints on the
I know,
lock.
very, very, very obvious handprints.
Yeah, it's like somebody very, very strong put indentations into the
But yet
the
they comment
locker.
how small the hands are.
Yes. Yeah, small hands, and it's like, and then of course, funny little gag where all of a sudden like guys started showing up in the locker room, and then of course Max had to hide.
Jump into a locker.
Yeah. So again, now that I'm looking at through the lens of a John Hughes episode, I'm going, checks out.
Checks out. Yes.
See, now all the little things where I'm going, this is stupid. I'm going, well, if I look it through the lens of this, see, thank you, Scott. Again, appreciating the episode more. That's why we do this, folks. And hopefully you get that too. When you watch the episode and you listen to this and you're just kind of going, yeah, this episode's kind of cheese, but then one of us might talk you into be going, okay, at the end of this episode, you're going, not that bad. Not as bad as I thought. Now that I heard these chuckleheads talking about it. Anyways, thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I also love it how Terry's like, I'll let Mr. whatever teacher know you're going to be late. And he just leaves Max because she hid in a locker and she's just stuck there. I thought that was like, yeah.
And then of course we get, now Blade is all about hitting on fucking Howard, which again, because now he's
I thought it was Chelsea.
I can't tell which one it is. Is it Chelsea?
Okay. Here we're going to help you out. Okay.
Short hair.
Chelsea's the one with the pixie cut.
Okay.
Blade has the
hair.
That has the long hair. Yes.
Okay. So wait, are you sure that's the right one?
Chelsea's the one who hits on him and wants to get a dance. Yeah, that's Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay. So she flirts with Howard, and of course Cynthia's like right there holding his notebook, and then she just like reacts.
Yes.
By squeezing the notebook and cracking it. So and he's like, no, my notebook, And then Jesus Christ, does Cynthia she goes, she doesn't just like, she could just like approach Chelsea by herself and probably just do some damage. No, she goes on top of the school, the rooftop, to push the sign, the stone sign, brick, whatever, I don't know, stone. It's probably made of stone or whatever the hell. The circular sign with the big H with the circle. She decides she wants to push that to crush Chelsea. What the hell? That is diabolical.
Diabolical.
Yeah. But luckily Terry kind of saw where things were going here, and he intervenes.
Terry
it's not Batman intervening, it's Terry intervening. And of course she stops, but the sign, but it's already like, it's already crumbling where it's about to fall. And then she just attacks Terry, and then Terry, like, holy shit, she's strong, kicks him into the sign of the school, and then of course it falls. And Terry, naturally being the acrobat that he is, he lands perfectly fine. I'm just kind of going, what was the aftermath in that?
I know, right?
Like they just cut to the next scene. They don't even show like anybody going, why the hell did
that fall down?
It's like the front little freaking logo and sign of this high school, big, huge circular logo, just crumbled down and could have killed somebody. What are we doing here? What the hell happened? Like, yeah.
You know what? You know why we don't get that? Because it's Gotham fucking City.
It's Gotham City. It's just a normal thing. They're like, we don't need we have 22 minutes, so we got to move on. So, but I was like, geez, she was like going overboard with that whole thing. So anyway, so we got all that, and she knocks off.
She repeats it to Terry. She goes, I'm very devoted to Howard.
Yeah,
100% loyal.
Very creepy. It's almost like the like when Commissioner Gordon got replaced with a robot. I'm fine. So yeah, when you just have that robotic response, So then, of course, we get back to that factory that creates these robots, and this time Terry's like, "Well, I'm going to get into, of course, my Batman costume and check this out." And then, of course, he approaches Louie. Yeah. So and just try to get some answers, but then, of course, Louie's like, "Well, you can fight some robots," and so we get a cool little fight sequence with Batman and robots.
And then I also love how he tried to misdirect Batman
Yes.
by having a robot that looked like Louis as he was, hightailing his ass out of there. And of course, Batman
he was like,
doesn't.
"Wait a minute, no."
Yeah,
That's
you don't have that kind of a spine. No.
Yeah. So I mean, good on Terry to be like, "Wait a minute, this, and then he figures that out pretty quickly, and then takes out the robot when the robot was about to, like, after he's like, "Wait a minute, you're the real guy," and he's like, doing the whole thing, and then he just totally wipes out the robot, which was cool. Cool little sequence, fighting robots. Nothing wrong with Batman fighting robots, right? It's always good to see.
Absolutely, because we could do anything to robots.
Yes. See, what's kind of funny about that? Tangent.
Are you going to talk about Predator?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was like, are we going in the same place? Okay.
I knew you were gonna recognize this, because my brother last night, when he was watching the World Series game and they showed the trailer, he goes, "What the hell?" Yeah, he goes, "What the hell? PG-13?" And I was like, I've already told him this before. I think I told him.
Don't you love the conversations with family members that you go,
"Yeah,
we've talked about this."
And I even said that. Like, I peeked out of my door because he was like yelling up the stairs, like, "Predators, PG-13." I was like, "I told you this before. They can get away with it because there's no humans. There's no blood. There's no red blood. It's going to be creatures and synthetics. That's how you pull it off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how stupid the rating system is.
Yes. And somebody, God damn it, I think I read either on here or I was watching a podcast. Can't remember, but somebody even brought that out too. Or it's like, yeah, you can get there's like the FCC or whatever the hell. They have this silly little thing when it's blood, it's red blood. Oh, they get all squirmish. But you can have freaking creature blood. You can have whatever the hell. So long as you're not having a bunch of F-bombs, which of course there's not going to be a bunch of F-bombs.
Because it's a predator.
It's a predator who doesn't speak English. And then of course you got, the synthetic, what's
the Weyland-Yutani synthetic.
Yeah. She's not going to be cussing up a storm. That would be stupid. I mean, it's kind of clever, to be honest, because I'm kind of going, I can understand why people are like, "What the hell?" But at the same time, I'm like, well, it's still going to be probably pretty good because they can get away with it because it's going to be green blood and white blood. There's no freaking humans,
right?
It's like, yeah. So I mean, in my opinion, clever. And the only reason why I was like going, "Oh, I understand this," is because of you, Scott, because of this goddamn stream. It's like all the times that we've talked about
standards and practices.
Exactly. Standards and practices.
And the MPAA
the term that took me forever to fucking learn. Yes.
Because the MPAA is no different.
Yes.
Like, they have these stupid little check boxes. And it's how this all works. So yeah. And then of course I love people, and I think Stuntman Mike was commenting on this and on X. He was like, "We saw Prey. We saw Killer of Killers. Why are people shocked that Badlands is good?"
Yeah.
Because like the reactions are coming out, and people are like, "I was hesitant, but it's really good." And Stuntman Mike's point was, "Why are we hesitant?"
Yeah. Like Dan Trachtenberg has kind of just shown us that, hey, he knows how to deal with this franchise.
Yes.
And that's what I saw too. I saw reactions where they're like, just give Dan Trachtenberg the crown when it comes to the Predator franchise. He has reinvigorated it. And so, yeah. So when you see that PG-13 rating, who the fuck cares? Because in Dan Trachtenberg, we trust when it comes to it. So I think it's going to be perfectly fine. And again, it's just a little trick because of no human beings getting heads cut off, limbs cut off, no blood and gore when it comes to that, and no big time F-bombs. You don't need it because you're not having a crew of fucking,
Marines or anything like
cussing up a storm and talking about, "Jeez, you have a big pussy. Jesus, you have a big pussy." You're not going to have that kind of stuff in this movie. It's a predator and a synthetic that are teaming
on
up
an alien planet.
Yes, with creatures. So, yeah. So as soon as I realized, I was like, oh shit. At first, it hit me too because I had trauma from when the first Alien versus
Predator. Yeah.
That had humans though. So that kind of fucked me up. Even though I will give Paul W.S. Anderson some credit, the first battle between the alien and the predator was pretty cool. I'll give you that. Other than that, your fucking movie was dog shit. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I'll give you credit where credit's due because I think that guy, after the first Resident Evil movie, I'm going, everything you've done since that has been shit. I liked Event Horizon. I liked the first Mortal Kombat. And the first Resident Evil movie, I'm fine with. But after that, Paul W.S. Anderson has not made a good film. He's not
fair.
Fair. Yeah.
Fair.
Been over 25 years, bud. But hey, he's still made a living for himself, and he's married to Mila Jovovich. So obviously he's doing
winning in life.
Yes. So I can't sit here and be like, as much as I can criticize your movies, you did it right. Yeah. You got money and you got her as your wife. So yeah, anyways, there's a tangent right there.
That was a serious tangent.
Hell
dude, you went on
I did.
That was epic. That was
good.
Epic.
Yeah, might have to clip that one out.
But actually, it would be a really good clip. It'd
be a
really good clip.
Yeah, I might have to clip that one out. I was feeling that one. That's the wine talking. It is Wine Wednesday for sure. And the wine was like, "Yo, you're going to feel this one." But it was just kind of funny because, I shit you not, last night, my brother was like, "What? It's PG-13." And I was like, "Dude, I told you guys this. They can get away with it. It's going to be okay. It's still going to be gory, but it's not going to to be human gore."
It's like CGI gore.
Yeah. And then he was like, and then it was funny because he was like at the base of the stairs. He went, "Oh yeah," and then he just walked off, and I was like, "Okay." That was it. That was it when it came to the conversation. It was kind of funny because he was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I was like, all right, because he's really much looking forward to it. We're all gonna go see it. Because,
okay, we're gonna get off this tangent. We're gonna get back to Batman Beyond, but I wish my movie theater is not doing the Prey Badlands double feature.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing. That's right.
Yeah, they're doing it on the Wednesday night before Badlands comes out that Thursday. There is the possibility in IMAX that you could see Prey, because remember, Prey was released on Hulu during the pandemic. We never got to see Prey on the big screen.
Nope.
So there were some theaters, my theater's not one of them, where they're doing a Prey Badlands double feature.
That's awesome. Damn, I didn't know I forgot they were doing that. Shit. That would have been cool to see. Yeah, that would have. Yeah. Definitely gonna have to watch Prey before watch Predator, but I'm still catching up on some other things. Anyways, back to Batman Beyond. Yes, that was quite the tangent, but we are back now, and where were we at? We're talking.
Okay, so he's got Louis. He arrests him, and then we cut to the party because it's actually going Howard's way.
It totally is.
Like the funny thing is, we joked about at the beginning of our discussion. His plan worked.
It totally did.
He got the hot girlfriend.
He's got Chelsea hitting on him like crazy.
Right. And he's got people who are actually enjoying the party.
Yeah.
Because his parents have a sway place.
Gotta say it right, Scott.
It's
old man.
Yeah, old man, late at night. I've been up since 2:30. Give me a break.
Exactly. No, but it's all going great until
Chelsea hits on him some more. And
until Howard's getting hit on some more by Chelsea, and then
Cynthia loses her shit.
Yeah, she starts like really, really going crazy, and then to the point where Howard's like, "Hey, brings her into the other room, and I love that whole thing where it's like, oh, he's taking her to the room, and then of course everybody's like, oh yeah, look at that, taking what are you guys gonna go off and do, you know?
Yeah, your Blade was like, oh, private party.
Yeah, private party. Look at you. And then of course, Howard said the most wrong thing that he could ever say to Cynthia. I think we should I want to date other people. And then she literally glitches when she hears that. She just goes, oh, bad. So then it's like all of a sudden it's evil robot time. It is just full on to the point where they had to animate it where she's like, you know, that they have to do that thing to
where the electricity is just like,
yes, shooting out of her freaking eyeballs. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ. And then naturally, again, you know, if you're looking at it like a John Hughes or just like a, you know, an 80s teen movie where all of a sudden, like, yeah, there's an evil robot here and it's going to start effing people up if you don't get out. And she just starts going crazy, knocking over people. Max tries to intervene. Max is a badass. Let's face it. We love
Max is a badass.
She tries her best to try to do anything that she can. But luckily, Batman intervenes and shows up to the party. And and then a whole fight ensues. And I guess we could just get right into the clip where he knocks her into a wall.
Well, it's into the TV, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's the TV. It's the big TV. And
yes.
Like the legs are sticking out. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. That is probably like the big screen TV right here, where it's so ridiculous looking, but it's great. Save me, Batman!
Save me!
See, they just the electricity just shooting out of her eyes, and then she just does
so
that.
Cool. She just like,
yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah.
It's so sway. Cynthia's a robot and Batman's kicking her butt.
What is in that cup?
It
That was a
doesn't
cool
matter.
shot. I like the close-up shot of Howard's glasses and they're fighting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's right. It is the TV. Yeah, which is interesting because that's very modern.
Yes.
And then I love it how the salt and pepper falls on his head. Whoa! This is actually a really good fight scene. I mean, and then you think that, oh shit, Howard's gonna get clobbered right there, but he's smart enough to duck.
Well, there goes the island.
Yeah.
The music's kind of cool too.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, there's that electricity again.
Just because I want to date others.
Oh no, dude! Don't go there.
See each other.
Oh yeah, you're just making it worse there,
don't you
bud.
understand? I was created for you.
I know, but people change.
How about that look Terry has? It's like, why am I in the middle of this?
These things happen. We can still be friends.
Oh.
Friends?
Oh my
Friends?
god.
Wrong thing to say? Is it ever the
right thing?
It's going nuclear.
She's gonna blow.
See, this is what. Okay, I love this because teenage relationship taken to a sci-fi comic book level. I love this.
Okay. I have some newfound love for this episode because it's so ridiculous, but at the same time, I got to remember that Terry is a teenager still.
Yeah, he's 7. Let's remember, he's 17.
Yeah, 17 years old. So you have to have these episodes where it's like, hey, remember that.
Sway party, Howard. It takes real guts to blow up your own home.
You know that's Seth Green too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
of course
they just reused Seth Green again.
Because he sounds a lot like his Chris from Family Guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yo,
poor Howard.
Chelsea.
Still thinks he's going to hit on
That dance
Chelsea.
for you?
Get
like,
a
nope.
life, toy boy.
Boy, I love that toy
Yeah.
boy.
And then Terry's just like, what the hell happened? What?
The party peaked early.
I also love how the fire
Just
department
look
flying
at
vehicles
it.
are just coming
How could
in.
this
And
be any worse?
Oh, here come the parents.
Word!
True John Hughes right here.
See ya.
Yeah.
Mom? Dad? I thought you had another week in Madrid.
We did, until you maxed out our credit card. What in blazes did you buy with it? Dynamite?
Do you recognize the dad's voice?
Dynamite
Kevin!
to blow up the house
What?
with?
Do you recognize the
Think
dad's
Howard needs
voice?
some quality
No.
time
It's
alone
Dan
with his
Castanella.
folks.
Oh, of
I
course.
think they'll ground him.
Mother's antique doll collection.
Jesus, Dan Castanella. Man, he's all over the place.
Well, we had
Right.
that conversation last week
Yes.
when we discovered he was the voice of Doc Brown in the Back to the Future animated series.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Guy was all over the place. He's done more than just Homer. And all
Well,
the
he was
many
also the
voices.
genie in the animated series version of Aladdin.
Of course he is. Jesus Christ. I'm sure if I looked at his IMDb, it would be over 1,000 fucking.
It's insane. Oh,
It'd be
that man is everywhere.
And it's so funny because I always think about this. I'm like, somebody like that can go to a Walgreens on a Tuesday and nobody would recognize him.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
And he's rich as fuck, famous if you knew who he was, but nobody would know.
Well,
When he walks in, he pays for something, nobody's gonna know. Maybe one out of every 10 people might be like, hey, because maybe they know from the internet and just looking at videos.
Or it would be someone like me who'd go,
Dude,
you know me, I'd be the one going,
yeah.
wait.
So would I. If I were standing next to him somewhere, I'd be like, wait a minute. I'd be like, do you want a donut right now? Or something like that. I would say something like, donut. I would say something like that, Yeah. But that's what's kind of cool about the voice acting world is the fact that, they recognize your voice. They don't know your face, and it's like, that must be kind of nice to just be so successful, rich, and loves his work. And he can go somewhere during the day and most people would be like, I don't know who this guy is. But every now and again, of course, that's just kind of cool. But yeah, that's cool that he was part of this as well. Crazy. But there you go. I do have, like I said, I was kind of going, I don't know about this episode. I wonder if Scott feels the same way. But you've convinced me to be like, yeah, you're right. This is kind of John Hugh-esque. And then I got to remember that Terry still is a teenager. So
Terry's friend dated a robot.
Yeah. And I do even from the get-go, I do appreciate that they were like, the fuck are we going to call this? And they said, you know what? Just call it what it actually is. The whole episode is literally that. And they probably laughed at that. And they probably were trying to figure out how can we name it with 1 word, 2 words, maybe 3 words. But then they're like, nah, this episode's going to be different. And it's going to be like a John Hughes, which I'm pretty sure that name was probably thrown out there while they were writing this.
I think it has to have been.
Been because that guy was the king of those types of movies, and it plays out like that. So yeah, I have a newfound respect for this episode. Thank you, Scott. See, this is why we do this, folks.
This is how I win.
This is how I win. No, I like it. No, that's cool. No, yeah. This is why I look forward to these conversations. Because I was watching this, I'm going, I don't know if I like this. Some things are cool, but I don't know if I like this. Now I have a respect for it. So, but what do we got next week?
So with Batman Beyond, as we discussed, next week is the episode Eyewitness.
See, that's where we're back to 1 word.
Right, the 1-word titles. Yes.
And I have no idea. Oh. I just looked at it. I looked at literally like the description, which is only 5 words in a sentence. It says who's
the bad guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he says who's the bad guy. A returning bad guy. So yeah, so it's a returning bad guy. I'm trying to remember if I remember this episode. I'm trying to remember.
You know what? Right now, I don't remember this episode.
I don't remember this episode though either, but I'm like maybe once we watch it.
It's gonna be one of those that I bet 5 minutes in I'll be going, oh yeah, mm-hmm, yeah.
Yep. know this one. Definitely know this one. So there you go, guys. Eyewitness will be next week, and we appreciate you guys spending some time with us. And like I said, we're enjoying the fact that we can be on earlier now that I'm not doing the Film Junkie lives and still trying to work the kinks out of that. I screwed up on the members only stream again tonight, but hey, I think it's partly it's YouTube, because I even saw Eric in the chat, and thank you, Eric, for being on top of this stuff. He didn't get a notification for the members only stream, and he didn't get a notification for this stream. So it's probably a YouTube thing, but I think partially when I posted it, I didn't specifically hit the members only thing where it didn't get fully sent to the members only stream. So
I didn't. You know what? I didn't even get an email.
Yeah, exactly. So there might be something happening with YouTube where it's kind of effing up on something, which is it's out of my control.
Shocked.
Yeah, I know. It seems like YouTube is always trying to change things and whatever with their algorithm. It's all kind of crazy. So yeah, but the members only stream is there. It's about 20 something minutes long. I just kind of went through some of the stuff that's happened in the last couple of days, and to give you a little preview of what tomorrow's video will be, which is DCU stuff that kind of came about when it came to certain things. So check all that out, and then so there you go. And are you seeing a movie this week, Scott?
I'm seeing so many movies.
Yeah, you're back on it, because last week you took a break, right?
Well, I took a break, and then I ended up treating myself to a Sunday matinee of the new Richard Linklater movie, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. That's right. You sent me your tweet about that.
Yeah, I loved it. Loved it. It's not for everybody, but it's for me. So it was good. If you like Linklater, if you like the Linklater movies, like the Before trilogy, you'll dig, because Ethan Hawke is on it. Like he is on it in this movie. But I loved Blue Moon. Check out my review on Letterboxd. So of course, follow me on X at ScottDC27, Vero at Scott McClellan, and Letterboxd Scott McClellan DC27. So my weekend is going to consist of, I'm seeing Begonia tomorrow night.
That's what I'm seeing.
And then Friday, I'm gonna just admit it.
Yeah, of course I know what you're saying.
No, you don't know what I'm seeing Friday. You know what I'm seeing Saturday.
Oh, see, that's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to go see it Saturday. I totally forgot. I was like, oh shit, and then I was looking. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hit up some people. But I want to go see Back to the Future.
Yeah. So tomorrow night I'm seeing Begonia. Friday they are re-releasing the theatrical sing-along version of K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm gonna go see it. I haven't seen it after I missed it the first time around because I hadn't watched it. I watched it on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. So on Halloween, I'm going to go watch K-pop Demon Hunters by myself. Yes, I'm that guy. But yes, then on Saturday, I'm taking Heather and Liam and Declan, and we're going to go see in IMAX the 40th anniversary theatrical re-release of Back to the Future.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's my weekend.
Yeah.
So I got a Thursday movie, a Friday movie, and a Saturday movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna see Begonia tomorrow because I'm very curious about that movie.
I am very curious about this because I never saw Poor Things.
I saw Poor Things. Yeah,
I did not see Poor Things. I saw The Lobster, and I did not care for it. So,
Lobster was kind of like, okay, I see what you're going for, but I will never watch this movie ever again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good movie. I get it. I was like, all right, I'm never going to watch that again because but it was like one of those where I went, okay, cool. But Begonia, it's intriguing me because I really hope she's an alien.
Well, I'm hearing some good stuff.
Oh, so am I. Yeah.
So I'm checking it out. I'm crossing my fingers. I hope it's as intriguing as it looks.
Yeah, it definitely looks intriguing. What's the director's name again?
I'm not even going to go there.
But essentially, this is the third film in a row that Emma Stone has been.
Because Poor Things, Kind of Kindness, and
I didn't see Kind of Kindness, but I
Kind of Kindness either, and I didn't hear
You go. Yeah. His name starts with a Y. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
That's all I got.
Yeah. But he even said that he's taking a break He's like, I'm taking like a year off. And then I saw somebody like quote tweet it, and they're like, and it showed like a gif of like somebody like hearing that and like rising up, like when other directors are hearing that Emma Stone is going to be free.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was pretty funny because it's like, yeah, it seems like Emma Stone has just been in his movies. That's all I've really seen her in is like these movies that these past 3 movies. I mean, it makes sense. They have a relationship. She won a fucking Oscar for, didn't she win an Oscar for Poor Things? She did,
Yes,
right?
she did win an Oscar for
She
Poor
did,
Things.
yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I could see why, you know. So, but yeah, she'll finally. I mean, I'm sure she's been in something else since then, but it was just kind of like a funny little thing because it seemed like it was just like one after the other. It was like, oh, she's in, you know, the next 2 of his movies. But I'm really looking forward to this one. Jesse Plemons being a fucking weirdo, creepo guy that thinks like that she's an alien. Sign me up because I really hope. I want to believe him. I want to believe him.
I want to believe.
I want to believe him. You know, we got that, you know, 30-eye Atlas in the fucking space. Hey, why not? Perfect time for this movie to come out. Yeah, but so you got that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I said, I have some interesting because I'm at that point. I actually tweeted this. I'm at that point now where like there are so many movies coming out. I can't even reserve the tickets that for all the movies I want to watch.
Yeah.
Because I have too many reservations. So like when Begonia drops off when it starts, then I can pick up the tickets for Die My Love. And then I'm gonna go to IMAX for Predator. And then I was able, because they went on sale this week, I also picked up my ticket for The Running Man.
Yeah. Got it. I'm so looking forward to that
I'm
movie.
so looking forward to that.
And I actually saw, like, I think Edgar Wright actually retweeted some, there has been screenings, and somebody said, like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's Edgar Wright.
It's Edgar Wright.
He hasn't done a bad movie. I mean,
No, he does not. I have my favorites of his.
Of course.
But he hasn't done, and I don't even think I've seen every movie because let's see, Shaun of the Dead, saw that.
Love that movie.
Hot Fuzz.
Yep.
Saw that. No, the third one,
The World's End.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. You should watch it.
Okay. Then, of course, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Fuck.
Still
Love
my
that.
favorite. Still my favorite.
My favorite of his. That and Shaun of the Dead, I go back and forth.
See, okay, here's where I go with Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim is my favorite, but I think Last Night in Soho is his best.
You know what? That I get what you're saying because he stepped out of his comfort zone, and you know it wasn't just like like what he usually does, but he brought some of that to Last Night in Soho, and he created
that's a great horror movie,
a creepy fucking thriller that was just holy shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he showed everybody, hey, I don't just do this, I can do this, and I went, fuck yeah, man. I love it when directors step out of their comfort zone because, you know, there was Baby Driver that was still in his comfort zone a little bit. It was still fast paced, still comedy and like,
snappy.
Had a big cast and everything. So, but this one was, you know, essentially just 2 actresses and a creepy, haunting story. And it's nothing that he's ever done before. And I highly recommend it. It's a great fucking movie.
Great movie.
So I could see why you say that because I say that about Christopher Nolan. I go, my favorite is Memento, but I think his best is Interstellar. You know,
Yes,
I'm like one of those where I'm like, my favorite movie is just because I just love Memento so much. But Interstellar, I'm going, that's his masterpiece right there. You know, it's like, so I see exactly what you're saying.
So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm over a fourth of the way through the book because I am like I did with Long Walk.
Yeah.
I haven't read the Bachman books, so of Stephen King. My goal, however, is to make sure that I'm done with The Running Man before I sit down for the movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh man, I can't wait. Yeah. So there you go, guys. We got some reviews coming out from both of us, especially this weekend. And yeah, I'm going to also do my best to, no matter what, even if I have to go by myself, I'm going to go see Back to the Future in IMAX. I think I can round up some people for Saturday because I was looking. I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot. I started looking up, and they have like, there's one that's like 11 o'clock in the morning. There's some other ones that are
I am
have
so
multiple.
tempted I'm so tempted to get the popcorn bucket and the
That's
cup.
what I want to go to a spot where that has a popcorn bucket. I'm like going, I don't know.
Because it's not a bucket. It's the freaking
Yeah.
DeLorean.
It's a DeLorean. And I'm like going, oh, I need that. I want that so badly. Is it AMC or
It's AMC? AMC has got the cup and the DeLorean.
Okay.
And now they say that there's a cool poster that they say is only going to be available if you go see it on Thursday night. But most of the times what happens is they have so many posters that, yeah, exactly. They're like, you go, if I go that weekend, I can probably still get one of those posters.
Indeed. So there you go, guys. So go watch some movies. Go watch Back to the Future. I shit you not, when I saw the 30th anniversary, I think, or it was the 25th, I can't remember, but I think it was the 25th anniversary. When you go and you've seen a movie 1,000 times, which I've seen Back to the Future so many times where I can quote it, just realize when you're in that theater, and if it's hopefully like pretty packed, you're watching it with people who have also seen it 1,000 times. So there's just something magical about that, where everybody's just laughing still because the funny parts, and people are quoting
there's
out
going to
lines.
be people in that theater who haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's also going to be that. There's going to be people who are going to be bringing their kids, or bringing people like, oh yeah, I've never seen Back to the Future, and they're going to experience it for the first time, and they're going to have a great time. You're going to see people dressed up as Marty, dressed up as Doc. You're going to see that as well.
I wish I had a Back to the Future shirt to wear. I went searching for one, and the closest one I came to that I loved was one that had the Back to the Future font, and it said, "Say hello to your mom for me."
That's awesome. Yeah, I got a couple Back to the Future shirts, but I'm gonna wear my Hill Valley.
I love that. I love that one of yours.
I love it. The high school looking shirt. So.
Yeah, class of 1985.
Yeah. I'll be wearing that for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, look forward to reviews from us, and like I said, we'll be here next week when it comes to DC Fan-imated, talking about Eyewitness with the return of a certain villain. And this was fun tonight, and yeah, of course, we got the look forward to my first reaction for Begonia. I'll be posting that probably Friday. And then, of course, the vodka stream, which I'll be dressed up. I'll be dressing up because it's Halloween. So I'll be dressed up on Halloween. So make sure to tune into that and see what I'm dressed up as. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. And we'll see you here next week, or see you whenever the hell you tune into one of these live streams. All right, guys, we love you, and we will talk to you later.